this is an important matter, and I rise to iterate the point made by our whip a little while ago. We did agree on a mechanism, a high-level negotiating mechanism, because we were committed to arriving at a budget which could satisfy the needs of our people as we perceive them on all three sides. And we are serious about it, and we feel it was a good move, it's a good initiative, and we would not like that initiative to perish because of the technicality in terms of the timing for the submission of the points. We are about to embark on another head, and we feel that more information could be provided. We feel that discussion could yield consensus, could yield a solution, and we would not like to proceed without giving the mechanism an opportunity to work. So I make a late appeal asking that this matter, the matters to be raised here, because it was one of the items that we submitted. And we feel that if there was some discussion, there was some negotiation, we do not need to have a collision in the matter. And I anticipate there will be a collision unless there is negotiation. So I appeal to you on behalf of the opposition to consider putting this matter concerning the Armenian Development Fund back into the high-level negotiating mechanism so that we could have our questions answered. Thank you so much.
Honourable members, I remain ready, willing, and able at all times. In fact, I was going to propose suspension a few minutes ago, but as I said, I sense that the mood of the House was against that, and it is not for me to adjourn the House without members' consent. Honourable members, I am prepared to meet. I wish to hear from the government side as to its disposition of this matter. Sorry, Mr. Nagamutu, I recognize you. I'm sorry.
Mr. Speaker, like the Honourable Leader of the Opposition, we had indicated from the Alliance for Change, whilst we were on the floor during the general debate of the budget, that there ought to be room for dialogue, consultation, and consensus with regards to some aspects of the budget. We had indicated on behalf of the Alliance for Change that we are generally in agreement with most of the provisions of the budget. I think the Honourable Minister of Finance read us somewhere saying the EFC was in agreement with 90%. But we had also said that insofar as social services are concerned, that in a very general way, we are in full support, except few items we considered to be controversial. That is why, Your Honor, we were very willing to participate in the high-level talks which took place in your chambers, Your Honor, under your initiative, to be able to work out some compromises. And up to this time that I came to Parliament today, I was still expecting, perhaps against hopes, that we could arrive at a situation where we could delink the controversial items so that we have an approach, a scattered bullet approach, that will shoot down areas that ought not to be touched. We have seen just now with speciality. It's a controversial project, but government created new areas so that if we were to take a decision of specialty hospital, we would have to touch and cut other areas so that they could have an opportunity to do mobilization against the opposition. So, in regards to the Amerindian Fund, we support the development of the people, the Amerindian people, throughout Guyana, and interior residents, generally. And my friend is saying that we're delaying the house because they're in a rush. Because this is an opportunity to mobilize Amerindians to feel that the opposition did not have their intent. But because what Your Honor has set out in some guidelines, that the Chief Justice, Honorable Chief Justice has made a ruling where the opposition could not cut. We couldn't amend. We had indicated to the government that we would indicate some reduction in this fund, but it seems obvious that the government does not want to entertain the idea of a sound mechanism to put in place in practical way sums and allocation that would benefit the Amerindian people, but dangling $1 billion.
Mr. Nagamotu, yes?
Dangling as a propaganda toy $1 billion, knowing that if we talk to them to reduce, they say no, cut the whole thing, because for them the bigger the damage, the better the chance for electioneering. So we regret that the government has not indicated any intention to compromise and any heart whatsoever for Amerindian people. This is highly unacceptable. Members of this we are still hoping that we could have dialogue. But the way to Guyana's future is not confrontation. Yesterday I showed, after we had gone into Your Honor's chambers for hours on several occasions, we came out unified and we voted for a subsidy to Gaisupo to help to rescue the shipbuilders and to help to rescue the fishery industry. And like yesterday, because they were saying to the people, that the opposition wanted the objective extermination of the Indians. And they know, sir, that we would like still at this stage to have dialogue on the possibility that we can work out a compromise with regards to this matter. Thank you very much.
Honourable members, at this point in time, having heard the leader of the opposition and Mr. Nagamotu, I am prepared for us to convene the subcommittee. A meeting requires two sides to attend if there's to be dialogue and discussion. I will rise. I will invite the representatives of the two sides to attend, and we will expect that both sides will attend. And we will take a break. 5 minutes. So members will determine whether they will attend the meeting or not, but I will be in chambers and I believe that we should complete the meeting. We will rise. Thank you very much. Members, the sitting is resumed. Honorable members, I ask for 5 minutes. Suspensions. We go immediately to the committee of supplies, so that the request of the leader of the opposition and Mr. Nagamutu, representing, of course, the members of the opposition, could be considered. No meeting was held, and so I propose that we commence the consideration of the estimates for Ministry of Amerindian Affairs. Turn your attention, please, to this will be page 94, 95. It is 94, 95. Current expenditure, program 161. Amerindian Development. Ms. Lowe, and then Ms. Ali Copper.
Thank you, line item 6111, administrative. I'm noticing that there's an increase to 7.5%, Honorable Minister. What designations do they occupy, and what remunerations per month do they receive? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, before I respond, lest the Amerindian students and youth be overlooked, I wish to draw the House's attention to them sitting in the lobby, and I commend them for being interested in today's session. Mr. Speaker, the two position speaks to the position of the Principal Assistant Secretary General and the Welfare Officer.
I recognize, sorry, after Mr. Rizal, I recognize Mr. Ali Copper. Put your name down.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Line item 6113. Can the Honorable Minister state the allocation for the semi-skilled and unskilled salary?
Mr. Speaker, this line item caters for the 5% increase in salary for the position for welfare officer.
Go ahead, Ms. Ali.
Could the Honorable Minister say what is the person's remuneration?
Mr. Speaker, $71,800.
Thank you very much. Mr. Chairman, line item 6116. Can the Honorable Minister say what are the designations for the 5 new contracted employees and their emoluments?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. 2 cleaners at $39,540. 1 cook at $41,083. 1 handyman at $37,657. And 1 assistant cook at $45,321.
Honorable members, one second. Ms. Ali Copper is still question.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. line item 6255. Can the Honorable Minister indicate which other infrastructure is to be maintained?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this line item caters for maintenance of other infrastructure, minor maintenance of the administrative and regular residence, Prince Street, that is the bridge and the rails at its approach, windows and leaking roof and painting. And that will amount, if he wants, I can share the amount, $310,000. At the Ministry of American Affairs Head Office, repainting of the People Bay and maintenance of the guard hut, and maintenance of the roadside car parking area, and that will amount to $1.04 million. At the Sophia exhibition site, we will be painting for the canals floor at $550,000. At the student dorm at William Dodd, we will be installing additional exit gate at the cost of an estimated cost of $100,000.
Thank you very much. Mr. Chairman, can the Honorable Minister say whether this sum is adequate to operate or to complete the job that is created?
Mr. Speaker, these are the estimates. And I believe that as an estimate, it will be adequate according to the identified works.
Thank you very much. Mr. Chairman, the line item 6215. Can the Honorable Minister explain what is meant by other transport, and could a breakdown be given on allocations for each item?
Is it 6215 or 6?
What is line item, column number? 6265,
6265.
other transport travel postage. You're asking what accounts to increase?
Let me go this over again. Can the Honorable Minister explain what is meant by other transport?
Sure.
And could a breakdown be given on allocation for each item?
What is involved in this?
It involves flights or air transport and hires for land hires, trucks and boat hires. I'm not sure if he needs a breakdown because these are estimates.
Estimate is based on last year.
Projected and last year's schedule in the work.
Thank you very much. Mr. Chairman, line item 62302. Could the Honorable Minister indicate the number of persons who will receive training, including the scholarship, and the nature of training?
Mr. Speaker, this line item speaks to the scholarship program, the Hinton Scholarship Program.
Follow-up. How many of these children will be from Region 9?
Honorable Minister, in granting scholarship, do you have a form of affirmative action program, you know, that a certain number come from each region? Based on
97
qualification?
Region 9 students.
97 Region 9.
Follow-up to this. Could the Honorable Minister say whether in this training there will be provision for training of legal minds?
Mr. Speaker, just for the information of the honorable member of the House, scholarship students that the Ministry of Agrarian Affairs is responsible for executing are the National Grade 6 exam students, children from around 11 years to 15, 16 years. I suspect and I believe that the DSM will have a scholarship for ages of students beyond 16.
I recall last year this question was asked by the Minister for Public Service that once it gets to the university level, that ministry takes over. That answer was clearly given last year. I recognize after next Dr. Amaya, then there will be Ms. Ferguson, then Dr. Norton. Dr. Amaya and Ms. Pastel.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Item 6111, Mr. Chair. And the Minister, Honorable Minister, from 5 administrative person to 7, a difference of $2.8 million in this year budget. Can the Minister give us the information as to the salary of one of the employees of the administration?
Mr. Speaker, thank you. We asked for one of the highest employees and their salary. The Principal Assistant General Secretary General and receives a salary of $203,035 per month.
Honorable members, next you have a question by Ms. Ferguson. Or is it Ms. Williams? Sorry.
Mr. Chair, I reserve my question for capital expenditure.
Very well. Dr. Norton.
Mr. Chairman, just to follow up what the Honorable Doctor, I would like to say whether there are any plans at the painting of the students' hostel. The roof is painted, but the building was like. Yeah.
Mr. Speaker, that is the design of the building. It's a special way of rubbing the concrete and it doesn't need painting. Actually, that is a special design. It's similar to the Foreign Affairs Ministry building. It's the same.
Mr. Chairman, the Honorable Minister say in item 6284, what is the number in the fleet vehicles and how many of those are in the hinterland domain?
I'm advised that one pickup in Region 9 and 6 ATVs across the other regions.
Total inventory?
And one motorcycle advised, yes.
No, the total number of vehicles that is owned by the Ministry of Armed Affairs.
I'm advised that there are 18 vehicles, sorry.
Mr. Chairman, under item 6321, could the Honorable Minister explain why the request for $12 million for the National Resource Council is made again when it was made last year for the revised budget, but it only catered for about $9 million.
Mr. Speaker, the NTC only spent $9 million of their budgeted allocation last year. However, their estimated budget submitted speaks to the amount that is recorded.
And for the North Community Development Board, what might have prevented them from using what that is provided to them? And if there was a problem, if that problem is resolved?
Mr. Speaker, the NRRDB specifically do not receive a subvention from the ministry. The ministry in the capital category or capital budget provides to the Bina Hill Institute a sum of $6 million annually as a subvention.
What would this $400,000 report to in the estimate?
Mr. Speaker, that is the credit scheme which is operated in North Community.
Mr. Chairman, just to find out if that is not approved by the North Community Development Board, then it should not be based on that.
Comment or opinion or?
Could the minister explain why it's based on the North Development and North Community Development?
Mr. Speaker, it is run by a committee. It is managed by a committee and not necessarily NRDB.
Ms. Selman,
Sir, my question.
I recognize next Mr. Marcelo.
Item 6.4, maintenance of buildings. Can the Honorable Minister state to this House which buildings should be maintained under this line item?
Mr. Speaker, three buildings, the Amerindian Residence on Princess Street, the head office of the Ministry of Amerindian Affairs, and the students' dorm at William Brown.
Supplemental, because I realized when I visited a couple of days after the hostel on this side in Main Ward, some part of it is falling away. Is that part of the building included in here, Amerindian Hostel?
Mr. Speaker, I'm advised that under the capital, that will be catered for.
I recognize Ms. Hastings and then Ms. Cook.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Line item 6281, security services. To the Honorable Minister, kindly say to this House, what are the names of the security services and where they are deployed?
Mr. Speaker, it caters for security services at the Amerindian residence, the student dormitory at Liliendal, and the Ministry of Amerindian Affairs head office. And the name of the security firm is Federal Management System. At the head office, at the Amerindian Hostel, we have the Integrated Security Services. And at the student dormitory, Federal Management Systems.
Yep, another question. Could the Honorable Minister say what accounts for the increase from 16.7 to 17.5 under that same line?
Mr. Speaker, I'm advised that the minimum wage, which was instituted earlier, some months ago, allowed for that increase. Thank you.
I recognize Ms. Lowe, then Mr. Ramachan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Line item 62, electricity charges. Honorable Minister noted there was an increase of almost $2 million. Can you explain this increase, please?
I'm advised, Mr. Speaker, that it's brought forward of prepayment sums of money.
brought forward with payment of sums. I don't, can you please explain a little more than that?
I'm advised that the payments of 2012 was prepaid and therefore it reduced the sum in 2013. Mr. Speaker, in layman terms, it means you pay in advance some of the services. And
6284 order, kindly explain why 5,923,9,000 how to spend. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, it caters for CT scans, ultrasound, cancer treatment, MRI assistance, and also burial assistance.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. 6291 national and other events, 33,500,000 spent. Can you say how much is earmarked for the Heritage Month? Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, it is customary that we put an estimated $25 million for Heritage Month activities.
Mr. Rambutan?
Yes, could the Honorable Minister indicate on the line item 6302 training, including scholarships? I noticed from our speech she indicated lots more people wanting training, but its exact sum last year remains the sum budgeted this year. My question is, why not an increase?
Mr. Speaker, I've answered this question already, but maybe I should go into much more detail.
Please do.
This line item 6302 speaks to the Hinterland Scholarship program executed by the ministry. We expect to have 430 students in 2014, and it caters for students' pocket allowance, dorm allowances, annual vacation, traveling, student uniform allowances, examination fees, purchases of special textbook, assistance for SBA projects, and of course we also support students at the Guyana Technical Institute in Carnegie School of Home Economics.
My question was, is there going to be an increase this year so that we should have projected some more? Or are we going to keep this figure at the 416?
Mr. Speaker, again, this speaks to students, students and not youth who will need specialized training. These are students who are attending secondary schools.
I think what Mr. Rambutan is asking, why is the cost fixed in 2013 and exactly in 2014? Why is it that it's not even a $1 adjustment?
Mr. Speaker, our budget is guided by the year before, and I'm sure that if there's any additional sum required, we could probably come back and seek the House permission. But at this point in time, our estimate with respect to looking after the students, 430, it works out to this amount.
Very well, Mr. Rambutan. Any other questions? Your microphone is still on. Honourable members, dear Ms. Marcello.
Agency code 6221, drugs and medical supplies. I realize a slight increase in this allocation, and the Honourable Minister indicated this cause. Who benefits from this allocation?
Mr. Speaker, it's the student hostel benefits the head office staff, and of course the Amerindian Affairs residents at Princess Street, and our field staff. These are our first aid packages.
Ms. Hastings?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let me take you back to line item 6264, vehicles with the service. Honorable Minister, my question is, according to the Auditor's General Report, page 57, as of December 2012, you had sent ATVs to regions 1, 8, and 9, until that they were not registered. My question is, are they registered now, and if so, when?
Mr. Speaker, all ATVs procured for villages are registered before they are distributed. But if it's not registered, we really don't, can't set it off to use.
Why I ask, because looking at that report, the Auditor General stated that they were sent but were not registered. So my question is, if they are now registered, and if so, when?
I'm advised by my technical people that 2 has been registered and the others are in process right now.
Thank you.
I'm advised, I heard somebody say it's 4.
If that is all the question, I'd like to put the question that is that we approve or consent to the sum stated in 16, program 161, Amerindian Development. Current expenditures, those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against? I have it, the sums are carried. Honorable members, could you turn your attention please to page 426, and I propose your consideration capital expenditures for the Ministry of Amerindian Affairs, program 161. Go ahead, Ms. Ruth.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I just wanted to make clear that I really don't know, I don't have an answer why this was discussed before earlier.
Ms. Logan, the stage of questions now.
May I have just a minute to say something on behalf of
Very quickly. Yes, stage of questions.
Yeah, I'm saying I don't know why it was discussed before. I would have liked that it was discussed so that we could have been able to at least let the minister know, or and the resident only one like item could have been deleted from this instead of the whole head.
Ms. Salmon?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, project called 1209600. Could Honorable Minister say what is the anticipated timeline for the completion of the rehabilitation of the Amerindian Hospital? And whether this amount here is adequate to complete all the works?
Mr. Speaker, the 6 million is earmarked for the Amerindian residents, and we expect to expend this sum within the year. That's the time.
I recognize Mr. Trevor Williams, and then Ms. Eula Marcelo, Dr. Norton, and then Ms. Hastings.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My question to the Honorable Minister of Amerindian Affairs is that under line item 14, for the code 1400 was under, this House passed and approved 500 million in December. And the level